Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus. I'm your host, Barry Walsh. Sunday night, the weekly wrap. Thank you all for joining. Thank you all for subscribing, for liking the program, and for sharing the program. Got a little bit of a headache, so I'm going to try to keep things short tonight. I wanted to open with what we talked about last week, as we always do on the weekly wrap. We recap everything from the previous week and we look ahead. And I want to start with women. Yesterday, the rally in New York that was sponsored by the group Until Freedom. And I want to talk just a little bit about that. We showed a brief part of that live from live streamers Jason Downey and Maxwell Mitchell, two of the Louisville live streamers we've been following. And women play a huge part in the movement of peace, equality, justice, freedom. The leaders of Until Freedom are strong women. The leaders of many groups you find are strong women, and you're finding strong women on the front lines of protests, and you're finding women on the taking up arms in militias. There's a militia in Kentucky that is led by a woman. So women are playing just an incredibly huge part in everything that's going on, from bringing issues forward to again serving in militias. And I don't know if that is I don't know if that's recognized enough. So I just wanted to point out the incredible amount of work, dedication, and passion that women have been putting forward, especially here in 2020, and especially as we head towards elections. Also had some questions about the NFAC and why I do what I do, following the NFAC and various other groups. And I kind of go back and watch that episode, if you will. Basically, I'm the only one that has been documenting them from the beginning, and it's because it's historical. Those in my age range remember the rise of the Black Panthers, but those younger than me have never seen anything like the NFAC, and I'm really kind of surprised that it hasn't gotten more attention on a national scale than it has. The second thing I want to talk about is RAHOWA, racial holy war. I mentioned that in the episode, my conspiracy theory episode. RAHOWA is not my idea. It's not something I came up with. It's not something that is new. This concept has been around for decades in ultra conservative, ultra white right wing organizations that in my opinion use Christianity as a shield, if you will. And some will say that RAHOWA has been going on for all these decades, but it's not a violent war. It's an economic war against the minority races, and there's strong argument for that being the case. Now the masks, the metamorphosis masks. I've had a lot of questions about that I was trying to incite a war, that I was, nothing could be further from the truth. I've never tried to incite anything other than bringing people together for peace. The reason I put the episode out when I did was because I felt it was too late to be acted upon if nobody had thought about the conspiracy that I put forth. A couple of things to think about. The company that makes those very realistic masks, they quit taking orders on September the 10th. They were basically sold out on September the 10th. Now, a mask company, generally, their prime time is Halloween. So how did a mask company get in a situation where they weren't going to make any more masks after September the 10th? Somebody bought a shitload of masks. I'm not saying one person bought a shitload of masks. I'm saying a shitload of masks were bought. And these aren't cheap masks. Again, they ran out September the 10th. Now, I'm not a giant Halloween guy. Halloween is not one of my personal favorite holidays. I don't necessarily look forward to or plan or put a costume together or anything for Halloween myself. But I don't think the average person thinks in September what they're going to be on Halloween. So that was troubling that those masks would be sold out. Now, is it far-fetched that something would happen that people would try to put blame on other people by wearing these masks? Yes, it's far-fetched. It is. Is it far-fetched that there would be a plan to kidnap the governor of Michigan and hold an independent trial for treason? Yeah, that's a little far-fetched as well. So let's not discount everything, and let's consider anything. Now, looking ahead, this is something I've been thinking about for quite a while. And actually, it started with Delta Django. It started with the Angry Viking having a rally in Lakeland, Florida, this coming Saturday on the 24th, and Delta Django being invited by the Angry Viking, and Delta Django kind of putting out there that anybody and everybody should come. Well, it's Angry Viking's event, so he should be the one deciding who should come and who should not. But it put something in my mind, and it's something I'm calling Warriors Peace Summit. Imagine, if you will, the spokesperson for the new Black Panther Party, the spokesperson for the Three Percenters, NFAC, the Proud Boys, NFAR, the Oath Keepers, Antifa, constitutional sheriffs, BLM, the Boogaloo Boys, of course, the Patriots, and that list is not conclusive. You know, I'm sure there are groups that I haven't thought of, but the major players, getting all the major players in one place at one time for one short period of time. And I propose doing it on Zoom, so no one gets whacked or smoked or knocked off or whatever term. Basically, we do it on Zoom and no one's in danger. And each group takes 3 to 5 minutes and just says, this is what we are really about, and this is who we have a problem with. That would be good information to know before people started actually shooting at each other. Because you might get in a situation where it's like, look, we really don't have a problem with you. We have a problem with this. And a group says, well, we have that same problem. You don't know those things if you don't talk to each other. So I'm proposing a Warriors Peace Summit. Countries do this. Countries meet before they go into conflict with each other to see if they can't settle differences. I think in the incredibly dangerous, provocative times we have, it would be good for people to meet and settle their differences. Why am I proposing it? Because I'm one that can do it. I'm not affiliated with any group. If a group put this out, everybody, other groups would be like, well, what's the catch? Why are they trying to do this? I'm trying to do it for peace. I'm trying to do it so that there isn't conflict where conflict's not necessary. If they want to do it in secret so that only the attendees have the access and the date and time, I think that would be a good idea. I host the thing, I referee the thing, and if everyone wants it and I think it's a good idea, it's private. I certainly wouldn't show it because I wouldn't want one of the groups mentioned mad at me, let alone all the groups angry with me. So that's a reason for it to stay just private if so desired. So far, most stuff's online. Most stuff is just back and forth online, and I'd really like to keep it that way. As I said, just various groups, power players, if you will. These are groups with at least 1,000 members that we're relatively sure of. So it wouldn't be every single group, every single various militia, just the major militias, the major defense organizations. And that's a key to me, that it is, most of the organizations consider themselves defense organizations. So if things can be worked out amongst each other, that, we got an 8-lane highway, people stay in their own individual lane, and you're not going to have a problem with each other. That might be something significant to work out. I'm at least putting it out there, and I'm putting it out there on a live so that if you have comments as a viewer, if you have suggestions, you'll let me know. Now, this isn't, like I said, this is just going to be, it would be for major players. It wouldn't be like, hey, I'm Bob and I've got 12 guys in a militia. Well, that's great, Bob, but that's not a qualifying factor for something like this. On the initial response to most people will be probably to laugh and probably say that's absurd, that it can't happen. But it's going to stay in your head. Think about it a little bit, because it could be incredibly productive. If nothing else, you end up knowing who the enemies are and who the enemies aren't. And I think that's really important. So anybody has any questions, any comments, anything like that? Again, I'm going to kind of keep it short because I've had a kind of a bad headache most of the day, and I'm not feeling the greatest. So, but that's no excuse not to have the show. Just got in here. Keep up the amazing work, history lessons, your personal experience and effort you're putting in. Much appreciated. Thank you, Deanna. Party time. There's a new book talking about how Malcolm X met with the Klan. Baptist Brown, blessed love, my brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, all three of you, for commenting. Party time, yeah. I didn't include the Klan in the list that I just put out. I didn't include the Angry Vikings specifically either, but I included Patriots, I think. But if the Angry Viking's the spokesperson for the Patriots, then, Angry Viking, whoever the spokesperson for each group is, let's get together on a private Zoom, maybe 15 of us. And again, I'll host and I'll referee, and I'll be the observer and the documentarian. And I think it's something that everyone should seriously consider. We take an hour and a half, and just lay it all out there. And if you want to do it, if want it to be done in private, we will arrange that, and it will stay secret. I won't leak it. If somebody else films it, films the Zoom on their own and puts it out, that'd be on them. But that would also be a contentious point to kind of invalidate the trust if we could put something like this together. So I need all of you. I always do. I need all the viewers, and I appreciate and I thank all of you. But I need you to think about this and to spread the word to the various groups, to the various organizations, that this is something that should be considered. Now, if you want to, like I said, this isn't about me. This isn't about getting in 1.5 million views, which we probably would if we put it all together. But I think it should be private, personally. I think it should be secret. The date should be secret, and only the attendees know, and only the attendees know what happened in the event. And they go back and tell their memberships, hey, we've got a truce with this group. So, most of our focus is going to be on this group. We've got to keep an eye on this group. Just the kind of things, again, that countries usually do. Countries talk with each other through their ambassadors to try to avoid conflicts. And I think before we ever go to war with ourselves, it would be worth talking with each other to try to avoid conflicts. But I've been pushing for peace, and as I said, I'm going to continue to. So that's what this week's going to be for me. I'm going to be focusing on talking about Warrior Peace Summit. I'm also going to be talking a little bit about targets this coming week, because, as I said, it was pretty ludicrous, that the idea that it was outlandish, the idea that a sitting governor would be kidnapped and tried for treason by a makeshift court of a group of militia. The Wolverine Watchman was that particular militia. So before anything too drastic, let's consider talking. And again. I'm going to talk about targets coming up too in the coming week, and I've got a couple other things I'm trying to put together. So 2 sitting governors. You're right, Party Time. I forgot there was talk of taking the Virginia governor down over Second Amendment conflicts as well. I have not heard of the new ERA Detroit. But I will check on that. Anybody have any questions or anything? Because otherwise I'm going to get off of here for the night. I'm starting to feel a little bit feverish. I got a headache, and just been feeling kind of bad since mid-afternoon. And I'm going to lay it down for the night. Thank you all for watching. Thank you those that are with me live. Thank you those that are watching on the replay. And again, if you have thoughts about the potential for a peace summit, don't hesitate to let me know. If you have ideas how it could work better, don't hesitate to let me know. If you think it's stupid, give it a day or two and think about it, and then let me know. Until tomorrow, I will be back tomorrow, probably live, just because I had to cut things short tonight. It is the American Doofus Show. I love each and every one of you. Please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. And thank you all for commenting. Thank you for watching. And I'll be back tomorrow night. Love you all. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. American Doofus Show. Don't be a doofus.